Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Will Spencer says, leave Dylan alone, threatening RJ. Sparks will continue to fly for the soap opera's newest coupling, according to spoilers for next week's daytime drama, The Bold and the Beautiful. Melissa Dillon and RJ Forrester are rapidly falling in love. Will Spencer, but, doesn't think so. To what extent will he prevent RJ from seeing Dylan? The blossoming romance between Dylan and RJ Forrester will be the talk of the town on Bold and Beautiful next week. Electra Forrester and Will Spencer Jr. will soon discover that their biggest admirers have moved on with one another. Since Dylan, Sydney Bullock, is no longer a threat to Electra Forrester, she should be ecstatic. Will Spencer, however, will respond quite differently. In fact, according to teasers for Bold and Beautiful, he will allegedly corner RJ and attempt to inform him that he is no longer able to visit his former roommate. Naturally, Will Spencer Jr. will be promptly reminded by RJ that he is with Electra and that Dylan's partner is unimportant to him. Will Spencer was dismissed after punching RJ in the stomach over Electra. At his beach property, he and his girlfriend are having the time of their lives. According to soap opera spoilers, Will never be able to move on from Dylan and RJ, and his partner will soon realize how preoccupied he is. When Will Spencer was attacking men over her, it was all fun and games. However, she would only permit her men to fight over another woman over Electra's corpse. When they were living together, Will Spencer resisted Dylan's advances. Could he get nostalgic for his roommate after seeing her with his adversary? What is Electra going to say? Hope is correct to leave Forrester Creations, as demonstrated by Ridge's audacious move. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Zend Forrester Dominguez was thrilled when Ridge Forrester made an unexpected news. Ridge suggested a significant behind-the-scenes adjustment because the Forresters are prepared to proceed with a Hope for the Future relaunch. Thomas Forrester is still residing abroad even though he previously returned to HFTF and assisted in delivering several new ideas. Ridge declared that Zend would be the new lead designer for Hope for the Future because the Forresters needed someone who was familiar with the brand and lived in Los Angeles. For Zend, who has been irritated by delays and a lack of acknowledgement at work, it was a poignant occasion. It means the world to Zend that his achievements are now being acknowledged. But Ridge's choice to place Zend in charge only served to highlight why Hope Logan Spencer was correct to switch fashion businesses. Without Hope's awareness, approval, or input, yet another decision on the course of Hope for the Future was made. We all recall that Hope had to fire Deke Sharp when Thomas Forrester wanted to return to work on the line, so this isn't the first time this has happened. Ridge is now placing Zend in charge without first asking Hope if she would approve of it. Was this ever truly Hope's line, even though she used to refer to it as such? It is evident that the Forresters have complete control over who works with Hope for the Future and in what capacity. Hope has no creative control and must comply with Ridge and Steffi Forrester Finnegan's wishes, or at least she did prior to switching to Logan. When Zend finds out that Hope abandoned Forrester Creations for Logan, he can become enraged since it might put an end to Hope for the Future. According to B&B teasers, Hope and Zend may face off in a heated battle. Zend would lose his opportunity to become HFTF's chief designer, but the news of his elevation might also show Hope that her decision to leave was the right one. This Logan move is a good thing because Hope was never going to be allowed to make her own decisions at Forrester Creations. Stay in as teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Katie Logan Spencer will be committed to giving Hope a better future at her own design house. Brooke's health crisis collapses due to the anguish of Hope's betrayal? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan Forrester's tolerance for Hope Logan Spencer's behavior will be tested. Ridge Forrester and RJ Forrester will reflect on what will happen when Hope must confront her mother. RJ and Ridge will be concerned about the outcome of Brooke's confrontation with Hope. Hope will worry about that unavoidable confrontation as well, but there is currently no going back. Hope's only option is to try to convince Brooke of her choices. But Hope's betrayal will cause her a great deal of pain. Hope's betrayal of Brooke's trust is evident, and it will be difficult to mend. Now that she realizes Hope has joined Katie Logan Spencer's squad, Brooke will be a worrisome mix of angry and heartbroken. Brooke will become even more enraged and hopeless because Hope is effectively supporting Katie in the Logan-Forrester conflict. According to episode spoilers, Brooke is experiencing extreme mental distress. Fans will witness Brooke's anguish over how deeply this betrayal is affecting her. As a result, the drama will intensify as Brooke reaches a breaking point. All that remains to be seen is how Brooke will be driven over the edge and how the narrative will proceed from there. Kicking Hope and Liam Spencer out of her home might be Brooke's breaking point. If Brooke evicts Liam and Hope from her property, they might have to relocate into the Spencer estate or find new housing. Having said that, we should also take into account the likelihood that Brooke would experience a medical episode as a result of all the stress and unpleasant feelings. The weight of it all could cause Brooke to pass out, which would result in some catastrophic news. If Brooke passes out from the stress and destruction she's experiencing, Hope will feel even more guilty about harming her mother. Did Deacon have the right to abandon Sheila? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, while everyone is criticizing Deacon Sharp for treating his wife Sheila Carter badly and dumping her, some people think she deserves it. Continue reading below. Since Sheila wasn't exactly a famous wife in the first place, let's be honest. To refresh your memory, she was the one preserving Luna Nozawa's life. Although Luna was her grandchild, Sheila's actions were unethical. Having said that, let's be honest, Deacon and Taylor would never have become so close if Sheila hadn't concealed Luna for so long and prevented him from discussing it whenever he truly wanted to. He eventually went to Taylor for his therapy sessions because of this, and as everyone knows, the rest is history. It's true that Deacon ought to have ended his marriage to his wife first, but who can really blame him for the timing? Naturally, a lot of fans had a lot to say on social media about the situation and the direction this plot is taking. In my opinion, Taylor and Deacon didn't wrong her at all, said one commenter. Your marriage will undoubtedly fail if your spouse feels unable to discuss such a serious issue with you, let alone leave you without endangering his own and his family's lives. You can't blame Deacon for pulling away, or Taylor for leading him astray, when he tried to make it work with you, and she told him twice to stay with you, was another comment. She is entirely to blame for this. On the other hand, fans of B&B will only need to watch every single day to find out what happens next. Keep an eye on this area because it seems like there is a lot more to come. Hope collapses, Brooke explodes, and Katie retaliates. A preview of The Bold and the Beautiful has been made available for the upcoming week. It depicts Brooke Logan Forrester's response to Hope Logan Spencer's revelation. Katie Logan Spencer's claws emerge in the meanwhile. Discover what will happen next in the CBS soap opera by continuing to read. Let's begin at the opening of the weekly teaser video. First of all, it reveals that reporters have a variety of inquiries for both Hope and Katie. One reporter queries whether Brooke was furious or encouraging as Katie stands on stage in support of Hope. At that point, Hope publicly acknowledges that Brooke was unaware. Hope didn't lie to the reporter, at least. Joseph Beasley and Dottie Reynolds are also featured in the video. The man claims that Hope's mother is now aware of the reality. Dottie and Joseph's expressions are adorable. They appear to be receiving a show that is even larger than Logan's fashion audience. In another scene, Hope becomes terrified due to her mother's response. Hope walked the runway with such confidence and audacity. For her, it was undoubtedly a significant occasion. But it appears that Brooke is not that happy. Brooke disciplines her kid rather than showing pride in her. The preview film then shows Hope crying and telling Liam Spencer, "I ruined my relationship with my mother." Liam may attempt to reassure his wife that things will work out. But Hope's greatest dread was losing her mother. According to spoilers for the week of The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke visits Logan to confront Katie. "I gave her the opportunity to succeed, which is a hell of a lot more than she was getting at Forrester," Katie exclaims as the blonde storms at her sister. Brooke appears to be aware that Katie is correct based on the expression on her face. "This is not happening," Brooke exclaims as her anger swiftly returns. What on earth is Brooke going to do about it? As an adult, Hope is capable of making her own choices. In addition, Hope may be able to strengthen her relationship with Katie and the Spencer family. Hope confronts the media, Elektra confronts Will, and Brooke reacts heartbreakingly. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful point to some shocking revelations. For starters, Hope Logan Spencer will likely be questioned by reporters following her significant debut. Will Spencer might also be confronted by Elektra Forrester regarding the jewelry line. Let's begin by discussing Hope's momentous occasion. Everyone is aware that Hope was in charge of the line Logan just dropped because of the widely shared broadcast. The entire Forrester family is stunned. Not only that, but every visitor and reporter is as well. Indeed, a preview video depicts Hope and Katie Logan Spencer interacting with reporters. Hope is asked by a woman if Brooke Logan Forrester supported or disapproved of her choice. At that point, Hope must acknowledge that Brooke was unaware. Until today, at least. But we are aware that Brooke will be quite unhappy for Hope. As she always has, she will actually support Ridge Forrester. In a sneak peek, Hope is seen crying to her husband backstage. Hope feels certain that her mother is no longer with her. Perhaps things will work out better for her. Not all mothers are good, I'm just saying. According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, we might also witness Elektra assembling the puzzle. Although Elektra is aware of Hope, she came to a different conclusion throughout the broadcast. The young lady observed the amount of jewels on display. Naturally, Elektra may confront Will Spencer about all of this. Elektra might comprehend Will's inability to discuss Hope. But she might be upset that Hope has the HFTF diamond and that Logan's jewelry line was not disclosed to her. Even though Elektra and Will have been happy since getting back together, this could ruin their relationship once more. What else can we anticipate? Will Brooke reject Hope? Could Brooke and Steffi Forrester Finnegan begin to grow closer? Because of Sheila Carter Sharp's new objective for Taylor Hayes, which may jeopardize Steffi's mother-daughter bond. Regarding FC, how will Ridge and Steffi deal with Hope's betrayal? What does that signify in terms of future Hope? Which plot thread are you most eager to see? Post your opinions in the space provided for comments below. To see what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. Brooke and Steffi are not Hope's biggest challenges. Hope's biggest challenges were thought to be Brooke and Steffi. Hope for the future didn't receive its chance because of Steffi. She frequently shelved the line, primarily due to the poor performance of the numbers. Most recently, Steffi believed that Forrester Creations should invest all of its resources in couture. Particularly after his limited time with Logan, they wished to pay tribute to Eric's legacy. Hope found herself in a challenging circumstance as a result. She joined Logan because she was afraid HFTF would never be seen again. But Hope has found it difficult to conceal this from her mother, Brooke, who stood up for her. What type of daughter was she, Hope wondered? She believes that by leaving Forrester Creations for Logan, she is betraying her own mother. As the days pass, Hope begins to doubt her ability to carry out the launch of Hope by Logan. Hope was afraid about the upcoming launch in Thursday's episode. She was aware that Brooke would be devastated by the truth. Hope told Liam that she couldn't carry out this plan after awkwardly running into Brooke and Ridge. To exacerbate the situation, Katie and Bill purposefully planned the Logan fashion debut to coincide with Eric's much-awaited couture display. The Logan family will experience a significant upheaval during the first week of July as a result of this. Going through with this moment makes Hope feel ill to her stomach instead of excited. Her mother's response is the only thing on her mind. Hope, however, is unaware that she is the largest barrier to her achievement. She is using Brooke as a justification for her lack of confidence and low self-esteem. Hope needed to have confidence in herself, as Katie instructed her earlier this week. She already has the support of her entire family. Hope must become more self-assured and move out from Brooke's shadow.